Being a solo player in Destiny 2 is not fun. In this video, I'm going to be showing how I got to 1060 power as a solo player. Bounties are going to be your best friend, so do as many as you can because you want to upgrade your artifact as much as you can. As you can see, my next power bonus is going to be at 1,155,000 XP, and that's going to require a lot of bounties for me to do in order for me to get that much XP and get that power bonus. As of right now, I have plus 11 bonus. My gear is 1049, but with the bonus, I'm 1060. So the higher power bonus you have is going to help you increase your power by a lot. So that's why bounties are important to do. Before doing Pinnacle gear, I suggest doing your powerful gear first. For this week, you can start by doing Clash or Lockdown. Bungie made it so Pinnacle gear is easier to get. You can get Pinnacle gear by doing Crucible. You can get Pinnacle gear by doing Gambit. You can get Pinnacle gear by doing Strikes and by completing the weekly Nightfall, which is getting a team score above 100,000. It doesn't matter what you do first, Crucible, Gambit, or Strikes, because by doing all of them, you will still get Pinnacle gear. The recommended power for hero mode Nightfall is 1020. If you're below 1020, then I recommend doing Adept Nightfall first, and then once you're near 1020 or you're at 1020, then do the hero mode Nightfall so you can get higher power gear. For the Nightfall as a solo player, you can do Adapt, which will reward you with exotic gear, but it's rare, and will reward you with enhancement cores, but it's uncommon. Doing hero mode Nightfall is the best in my opinion, because yes, it's a little bit more challenging, but the matchmaking is on, which means you will get paired with 2 other people that will help you complete the Nightfall, and you'll get more rewards doing the hero mode Nightfall than doing the Adept. I don't recommend doing Legend, Master, or Grandmaster if you're a solo player, because matchmaking is off for all of them, which means you need 2 other people to help you doing the Nightfall. Not only that, but they're much higher power to do, which means they're more difficult to do. Doing all those activities will grant you a chance in getting a Prime Engram. Once you get a Prime Engram, I highly recommend going to the tower and decrypting your Prime Engram, because more often than not, your Prime Engram is going to be more higher power than the gear you already have, which is a good thing because it will help you get a higher power level. As you can see, I have a 1050 Prime Engram right now, but my gear is not all 1050. My gauntlet is 1049, my chest is 1047, my leg armor is 1047, and my Titan mark is 1047. So if I decrypt this Prime Engram, I have a chance in getting a gauntlet, chest armor, leg armor, a Titan mark to be 1050, which will help me raise my power level. It helps tremendously if you have more than one character. Let's say you want your hunter to be your highest power level character. You want to do Crucible, Gambit, Strikes, and the Nightfall to get the powerful gear and the Pinnacle gear on your other characters, let's say the Titan or the Warlock, before doing it on the hunter. As an example, if you do one of those activities and you get Pinnacle gear, chances are that gear is going to be high power, which will help your second character be higher power. I just decrypted an Iron Banner bounty, which gives me Pinnacle gear. By doing that, I got a 1052 Scout Rifle. And if I equipped it, I went up by a little bit. You don't see it because my other gear is not at 1052. And if I transfer this Scout Rifle to my main character, which is the Hunter, it will help me get even more powerful gear if I do all those activities, because I already have a 1052 primary, which will make the game try and even out the rest of my gear. Another thing to do to help you get 1060 power faster is doing the nightmare hunts on the moon. You can do a Adept that has matchmaking on, and the recommended power is 860, meaning that it's gonna be an easy nightmare hunt. Once you get to 1020, you can do the hero mode nightmare hunt, and it has matchmaking on. You'll only be able to get powerful gear out of the nightmare hunts because getting Pinnacle gear out of the nightmare hunts, meaning you have to do it on the master difficulty, and doing it on master difficulty means you need to be at least 1080 power, and matchmaking is off, which means you need 2 other people to help you out. So I don't really recommend doing the nightmare hunt as a solo player unless you're doing it for the powerful gear, which you should do, because all difficulty gears grant progress. So it doesn't matter if you're doing it on Adept or hero, it will grant progress on the nightmare hunt, and you need to do at least 3 of them to get the powerful gear tier 1. Another tip that I have is regarding your season pass. I recommend waiting until you're your highest power level that you can be before actually getting this gear, because as you can see, if I get this 1049 leg armor from the season pass, it will help me because I have a 1047 leg armor, which will help me get closer to 1060 power and beyond. This is true for every gear and weapon that you see on the season pass. Right now, the Falling Guillotine, which is a sword, is 1049, and my grenade launcher is 1048. So if I get this sword, it will help me a little bit in increasing my power. This season pass has only 1 exotic Engram that you can get without buying the actual season pass, and it unlocks at level 65. But I recommend being your highest power level that you can be before decrypting this exotic Engram, as it's the only exotic Engram that you can get without actually buying the season pass. So once you do all those activities that I mentioned on your second character and your third character, if you have one, then transfer all your higher power weapons to your main character and do the activities that I mentioned to balance out your gear. Trust me, this method method works. I got to 1060 power doing this method. It just takes time to do it because you're doing it as a solo player. That being said, if you want to get to 1060 power even faster, then you need friends or someone to help you out, because if you want to get to 1060 power even faster, you're gonna have to do raids like the Leviathan. Hopefully this method helps people that are solo players like me. Good luck in doing everything, and hopefully you get to 1060 power before the season ends. That'll be the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.